A move this desperate isn't interpreted as strength, it's interpreted as collapse. And that's why the reaction inside Israel has felt so immediate and so raw. People aren't just reacting to the legal oddity, they're reacting to the sense that the final restraint on political power is now being tested, and that if this restraint falls, the judiciary will be the next casualty. The protests weren't polite, they weren't slow, they were a signal that the public's already drawn a line here. The Prime Minister can fight the courts, he can rant against the Attorney General, he can push legislation to weaken judicial review, but he cannot ask the head of state to cancel the trial he is still standing inside of. And that line exists because without it, nothing about accountability holds. And once you recognise that line, you can see why the political class has panicked the way it has. Because a pardon request at this stage is not just a message to the President, it's a message to the entire institutional network that the Prime Minister is no longer playing inside the boundaries they thought still existed. And when one actor decides the rules no longer bind him, that they don't apply to him, that he is above them, every other actor has to decide whether to defend the system or capitulate to that new normal. Which is why the reactions from legal experts have been so terse. They're not confused about the legal power involved, they're concerned about institutional collapse. Because the pardon mechanism only works as long as nobody uses it to delete accountability. And that is exactly what is being attempted here. And this is where it becomes even clearer that this is the worst move Netanyahu could have made, if I come back to this point now. Because it forces every institution he still needs to make a choice he didn't want them to make. Herzog now has to choose between the presidency's legitimacy and the Prime Minister's demands. The judiciary now has to carry a trial under the shadow of a leader desperately trying to escape it.